Local, breaking news. This is WYFF News 4 at 6.
I'm so excited, over the moon.
Your Labor Day weekend travel forecast from the highways to the GSP airport, expecting thousands to pass through.
I think we're just a crucial part of the quality of life in Greenville.
A major upstate landmark gets ready to celebrate 25 years. We'll have a look back and forward.
I'll be live at our Week 2 game of the week. It is Seneca versus Wren, and we'll be hearing from head coach Anthony Frey coming up on News 4 at 6.
We begin with weather tonight as we take a live look from our Lake Hartwell Skycam. That looks amazing.
Doesn't it, though? Let's all head out there right now. Let's give meteorologist Griffin Hardy the credit for all of that. It's been a wild week, but
Yes.
What a nice way to wrap it up.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's been wonderful. Well, I guess I should say today has been wonderful. Earlier in the week, not so much. When we had Idalia to worry about, it wasn't too bad for us in the upstate, but down in the low country, man, they just got hammered with all that rain that they saw down there. We've got some cloud cover that's starting to come in from the southwest. It's been mostly sunny for most of the day in Greenville, but temperatures outside have been comfortable all day long. Low 80s right now in Clemson and Anderson, right at 80 degrees. The center is down in Greenville. We're also sitting, I think, at around 80 as well. 79 in Spartanburg, 81 in Gaffney, 76 up towards Asheville and Hendersonville right now. Northeast Georgia is seeing upper 70s and low 80s. Comfy on the Muggy meter. Dew point sitting in the mid 50s to low 60s out there. The clouds that we're seeing right now are coming from some downpours that are down towards southern Georgia, South Alabama, and over into northeast Mississippi. That stays out of our way. For the rest of the night tonight, we will see just mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures in the mid 60s by midnight. Definitely a cool start tomorrow morning with low 60s in the upstate early Saturday. Western North Carolina 69 by 9 o'clock, 64 by midnight, and upper 50s early tomorrow morning. We'll talk about the rest of the weekend's forecast, which should be dry and mainly sunny, coming up in just a few minutes.
Griffin, thank you very much. Today marks the start of Labor Day weekend and a busy time for airports and highways around the nation.
In fact, airport staff tell us that they expect 4,600 people to fly through GSP Saturday morning alone. Peyton Furtado has more on what you can expect in the skies.
Hey, if you're flying through GSP this weekend, you are not alone. It's going to be really busy, especially on Monday and today.
This weekend, the TSA predicts we'll see an 11% increase in flyers compared to this time last year. And the Greenville-Spartanburg Regional Airport is not immune. Staff tells us 4,300 people flew through just this morning. As a flight from Ohio pulled up to the gate, Louise Mazzoni waited, excited to see her sister.
It's nice to be off work and just to have this time with my sister alone is going to be fantastic. Very seldom we ever get this.
If you're picking someone up from the airport this weekend, feel free to use the cell phone lot. A spokesperson tells us it's just a minute drive from the front curb and it's free to use. While early mornings will be busy for those traveling by air, AAA says it's the best time for drivers to hit the road this weekend. AAA expects around 95 million Americans to travel this holiday weekend.
And if you're flying international like I will be tomorrow, make sure to get to your airport several hours in advance. That way you have plenty of time to get through security, to check in, and to settle in before your flight. At the GSP Airport, I'm Peyton Furtado, WYFF News 4.
An Oconee County man is behind bars tonight after deputies say that he held a woman against her will for 3 days. 37-year-old Thomas Lockridge Jr. is charged with kidnapping and domestic violence. Deputies say that Lockridge also assaulted the victim and took her phone so that she could not call for help. Deputies say the victim suffered a fractured sternum from the assault.
A Spartanburg man will spend 23 years behind bars for stabbing a man in an abandoned house. Matthew Schopp pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter. The solicitor's office says the stabbing happened in March of 2021 on William Street. Officials say the victim's stepmother tried to stop the attack, but the victim died at the hospital. Officials say Schopp showed up at the same hospital with a cut on his hand. They say he had a bloody dagger in his possession.
Longtime Anderson County Magistrate Judge William Steele has passed away. His family confirms that he died yesterday. Judge Steele retired in 2010 after 24 years on the bench. He was a graduate of T.L. Hanna High School. He also worked as a newspaper reporter before attending law school at the University of South Carolina. Judge Steele was honored in 2006 by the South Carolina General Assembly. Information about his visitation and funeral can be found on WYFF4.com.
Mailboxes in Greer are filling with new zoning information from the city. Over the past 2 years, Greer leaders have been developing a Unified Development Ordinance, UDO for short. As part of UDO, Greer plans to adopt a new zoning map seen here, and all properties in the city will be assigned a zoning district with development standards. The public draft of the plan will be discussed across 5 sessions at City Hall starting September 13th. More information can be found on the city's website.
Well, we say it, but it's true. Time just flies.
Yes,
the Bon Secours Wellness Arena is already 25 years old and celebrating this weekend.
Our Stephanie Trotter was there when the Bilo Center opened and joins us again tonight from the Well, heading into this special weekend. Are you in the exact same spot?
Oh, you're testing my memory, Nigel. You know, we moved around a lot that night, just like we have done tonight, trying to show everybody what this fabulous arena looks like. It was a rainy night that night when Janet Jackson took the stage, kicking off a Labor Day weekend packed with star power.
After months of construction, toilet testing, and ticket sales,
let's go for it.
The doors open to a quarter of a century of shows.
Prince was great. Paul McCartney was amazing in May of 2019.
Janet Jackson kicked off opening weekend with Pearl Jam and Spirit Fest to follow. Since then, Rock to Sesame Street stars have entertained some 12 million fans, along with rodeos, Ringling's last pachyderm party, hockey, and hoops. The Well's general manager credits those who saw the vision to replace Memorial Auditorium, as well as those who had concerns about the new $64 million arena.
I hope that those stakeholders who may have had doubts back in 1998 are looking at it and saying, you know what, that was the right decision.
Although the number of seats has stayed consistent, 2 new lounges, a terrace, and a sensory suite have been added since opening. And this year, luxury suites are getting upgrades. The Well is credited with pumping more than $70 million into Greenville's economy. Just one of the many ways the facility has impacted the local quality of life.
You know, think about having to go to Charlotte to see a show, or to, you know, go to Atlanta to see a concert or a family show. That's pretty impactful, that you can stay right here in your hometown and have great quality entertainment.
Kicking off this very special silver anniversary year, Spirit Fest, coming back on Sunday. It is one of the longest running shows here at the Well. They're going to have a public event in the plaza that starts at 2:30, no tickets required, and then at 4:30 will be the ticketed event inside that will include as many as 6 gospel choirs. Reporting live in Greenville, Stephanie Trotter, WYFF News 4.
Stephanie, thank you. September is here. Can you believe it?
No.
Wow. And that means football season is here too. High school football season underway. And wow, do we have a good one for you tonight?
We sure do. WYFF News 4's Chase Justice joins us live now from Wren High School with a preview of our Week 2 Spiro Financial Game of the Week. Hi, Chase.
Hey, Nate, Nigel, and Jane. Well, it's a beautiful night out here for some football, like you guys said, and we have a good one cooking up for you in our Week 2 Game of the Week. It's Cats versus Canes as the Seneca Bobcats make the trip into Piedmont, South Carolina to take on the Wren Golden Hurricanes. Now, these are two teams that are quite familiar with one another. They played twice last year, both of those matchups going to Seneca, including a 45-20 win over the Hurricanes in the playoffs to effectively put an end to Wren's season. It's year 1 for Wren's head coach Anthony Freight, who spoke to us about some of the challenges he's faced since taking the job as head ball coach here in Piedmont. While Seneca's coach David Crane says despite an undefeated record, there's still work to be done ahead of tonight's matchup.
You have a new head coach, you have a new offensive coordinator. The defense coordinator took another job, so I'm the defense coordinator. And then we have a new special teams coordinator. And basically it was, you know, our strength coach also was one of those, was an O-line coach, and he left. So it was a total rebuild.
We need to do a better job of managing our emotions. You know, we had way too many penalties this past Friday night, so we got to clean that up. and controlling some of our controllables. We know we're going to a place that Ren's going to be a great opponent, especially at home.
Seneca is 3-2 in the last 5 meetings against the Hurricanes. They'll have to lean on some experience if they hope to make it out of this one undefeated. And coming up in sports, we'll actually have a live interview with Ren's head coach Anthony Frade, and you're not going to want to miss that. For now, reporting live in Piedmont, Chase Justice, WIFF News 4 Sports.